In this video, we'll talk about the current appeal of Ripple v. Sexings are taking longer than they should because more due dates are coming up. He also said, hey, Ripple made a big mistake in their lawsuit against the SEC. Don't worry, I'll take care of you. Then Stuart Alderati said something very strong. We're going to look at what Microsoft is about to do with Bitcoin, so please take a seat and relax, and enjoy a drink before you look into the Bitcoin market. Bitcoin is now worth $67,875 after going up by 1.05% in the last day. The price of Ethereum has gone up 36% and is now $2,537. XRP has lost 33% of its value and is now only worth 52.5 cents. However, both USDT and USDC have kept their dollar pegs. What should we do now that all coins are worth $2,335 million on the market? It looks like our goal is $2.5 trillion, but remember what I said in the first video of the day, there is still a chance that Bitcoin will go down, so keep an eye on it. $74,000 is the invalidation point, which means that the drop is not likely to happen. We really think you should check out cryptominute.com if you haven't already. All of the news about cryptocurrencies from around the world can be found in one place. As a safety measure, some traders are looking for a $2,000 X run after hearing about analyst attacks and an oddity in the price of XRP. Isn't that an interesting headline? But I want to let you know right now that this article is just clickbait. They put out these kinds of papers for a reason. To get your attention and make you want to click on the post. When people who own XRP click on something related, they do these things. You'll probably see the same pattern on Twitter. Do not be fooled by their positive title. As soon as you start reading, they start push a fake coin or scam. This is what we call clickbaiting 101, the news site Cointelegraph says. That Bitcoin will always be worth more. Alan Greenspan, who used to be chairman of the Federal Reserve, is saying these things. There is only one number that can be Bitcoin, and it can't be negative. It can only be 0 or plus. Because of how people think about value, some will always see it in a good light. If you are Bitcoin and invest in it early on, you create a big market opportunity. It's not a coincidence, though, that most cryptocurrencies are doing pretty well. This is because they have some control and use exact math. It's important to remember that Bitcoin was laughed at when it first came out. At that time, it was worth only $1. Now it's worth more than $66,000. That's what happens when things start to change less quickly, and there is a real product and a real use case. A lot of people these days laugh at XRP instead of Bitcoin. Then give XRP some time. When I was there, XRP didn't do much, and it hasn't been on the market for a long time. But it has made a lot of progress since 2013. Most people didn't buy XRP when it was worth less than a penny, but I did. It cost me about 20 cents. Some people say that XRP can go from 20 cents to $6 or even to double digits, just like Bitcoin did from $1 to $66,000, in particular until 2025. We are very excited to hear this ruling now that a big part of the case is over and XRP has been given security clearance in the US. When banks start putting money into Bitcoin markets and exchange-traded funds ETFs, they will focus on assets that are clear. They are sure that these things are good investments and know what they are. Because the SEC is still hard to predict, they don't have to worry about the next day's possible attack on a certain coin. We don't know what the SEC will do before it's too late. It's too late now that you know what happened with XRP. When the case was dropped in 2020, the price of XRP was about $1.90. It was expected to keep going up and probably hit the record high set in 2017. When the case came out, I rode the wave that sent the price down to 17 cents without selling a single XRP. I did well. But 2025 will be different now that the hard part is over. Then we need to think about the case between Ripple and the SEC. We've heard that the SEC government has asked for more time until January 15th to file and send in its major briefs. I believe the first date was January 1st. This thing is being pushed out right now. Look, this plea doesn't make sense. Either it gets pushed back or it doesn't happen at all. The decisions in the case are being challenged, and we're going to catch the bull run. It doesn't work like this. Even though there is an appeal, the rulings, which are all in favor of Ripple, are still not neutral at this time. It's still up in the air, like flipping a coin. I've already told you this, you are still a thief even if you get caught and go to jail. If you appeal and say you had nothing to do with the heist, you will still have to pay for the sentence. That is, you must win your case if the court hears it and agrees with you. No changes were made to the fact that you are a thief. In both the court case and the current appeal, Ripple has won every time. The SEC needs to convince the judge to change her mind. Albrati says that Ripple sent in its Form C, which lists the points we plan to make in or cross appeal. So I don't think the judge will change her mind. Before we go any further, let's remember a few things. One question that doesn't matter here is whether XRP is a protection in and of itself. XRP is not the same as Bitcoin because it is open and doesn't have a security rating. There is no doubt about this fact, and there never will be. Since that ruling is still the law, the SEC is not going to appeal it. The appeals. Court looks at the record that is already out there, and ours is a very good one. By not letting the SEC submit new evidence or ask for more, this stops the showiness that characterized our court cases over document disputes. As we move forward, please remember the SEC's big plan: to try to get people to forget about Ripple and the business and cause confusion. But for now, it's just noise in the background. We've made it through the tough part of the battle. Ripple's business is growing and getting better every day, even though this appeal process is still going on. Finally, Ripple can work properly. Since the lawsuit was dropped in 2020 and settled earlier this year, Ripple hasn't been able to work regularly. They can now run like any other business, keep going, grow, and be accepted in the US. I'd like to let you know that this cross appeal is making the SEC a lot of money. Should Ripple be put off for a year or two to avoid losing everything in the coin market? But XRP has a reputation for not being safe. In this way, the SEC's options are limited. It has a lot of restrictions. This will only be good for the SEC if it can limit how Ripple might affect sales in automated secondary markets, or if it can get more money. That's all. That's it. In any case, the SEC needs to show that they have won at least one case. Since they have never been in trouble, they will be able to say that they have safely taken a pro-crypto stance, had a positive effect on the crypto business, and stopped bad actors. That is, it has been beaten 4 times. The Microsoft shareholders will decide on how to rate the Bitcoin investment at the meeting on December 10th. This is important. This could be the first step toward getting institutions to adopt for the past 9 months. A little over a month from now, Microsoft will decide if it wants to put money into Bitcoin. Remember that Bitcoin is the first thing that banks will look at when they enter the market. The second thing they will look at is XRP. Why does this happen? In what way? Do they not care about Ethereum? It's not hard at all. It's hard to say if Ethereum is a security because it's not clear and the SEC hasn't approved it. So we still don't know what its state is. So it will be skipped and jumped over. In the Ripple v. SEC case, the ruling that XRP is not a security is very important for this reason. Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO, then talks about why he thinks Ripple messed up with the SEC. He goes on, "I think about that now and I feel bad about that. Some of the time we lost is being made up for, and I think we made a mistake by not pushing in earlier." In effect, he's saying they should have gone after the SEC. They shouldn't have sat down. The SEC was ready to talk to them, but they should not have waited for it to happen. If they had acted faster or asked for answers, they would have been in a much better situation. They lost a few years in the US instead. Stewart told us not long ago that they are now making up for the time they lost. They are moving forward. They're getting stronger, bigger, and better right now, people. That's not what XRP is, remember it. It's not going to be. There is no doubt about it.